Same way, this is a big case. His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Integration, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa. You people should not sleep on this matter. I am a Ghanaian, a concerned citizen, so I'll talk about this matter. The establishment of the Kingdom of the Igbos in Ghana. According to the man, he stated clearly,
creating Igbo village, which has never happened in the history of the world among the Igbos in the world. As I'm talking to you, I've acquired 50 acres of land, that is 250 plus of land along the Flower Road, that is at Old Ningo area. But along that road, it's right on the road, I acquired 250 plus of land. My reason of acquiring this land is to build Igbo village in Ghana.
Saying that he has acquired over 250 pieces of plot along the way whilst going to Aflau, right after Central University. This same area, it's a very good location that have been allocated for industrialization and future development as addition to expand Accra. But before we go into the in-depth of that matter, there's a say that if you want to weave a rope, we weave it according to the old model, which means that we have to go back to history. Disclaimer, I'm not promoting hatred, tribalism, or any ethnical differences, but truth must be told. In the year 1967 to 1970s, there was a record that was titled the Biafra War. The Igbo people migrated an alleged plan in Ghana. And secondly, the historical pattern and the potential negative effect based on the context we are about to look at. The story of the Igbos is a powerful, painful, and also at the same time a controversial one. But for me, it's like history is about to repeat itself. What history, you will ask, am I talking about? In the year 1967, the Igbo dominated southeastern region of Nigeria and they declared their own independence as Biafra. And when they declared that, this followed with a serious ethnical and tribal war that led to the death of over 1 million people through starvation because of the disruption and the war. Not only that, the Igbo claimed the imaginarization by the Nigerian states. And they said, he who used the knife to cut forgets the one he has cut. But the one who bears the mark, always remember. So even today, when you mention the name Biafra, it sparks fear and brings about the imaginations of the painful past, depending on who you are asking. So, picking up information, I want all Ghanaians to know. Right now, hit that subscription button and the bell notification icon so that these updates will be coming to you. And do not forget, share your comments. When you check the historical pattern, since the year 2000, the Igbos have settled in Ghana, mostly in some parts of Accra. They have dominated Kumasi and some parts of the Aflau Road.
Have a similar lifestyle, cultural display with the Yorubas. The Ghana Traditional Council played a wonderful, great role in inducting Igbo throne in Ghana.
The independent structure they built in Nigeria is now being replicated in Ghana. Could this be a political or a cultural issue? That one, I don't know about it. Because when you read the history of Ghana, there is no way these people are connected to Ghana. Whichever way, let that be. But you see these people, I have personally had some experiences, how they maltreat and they don't have fear for humanity. The question is, what is their prime intentions about what they want to do? These were the same people who caused chaos and the death of 1 million people in their own country just within the space of 3 years, from 1967 to the 1970s.
This is the road to Umuahia, the last big town still in Biafran hands. Colonel Ajukwu's final refuge, where he's reported to have a bunker and ready to defend to the very last. Federal troops marching on down the road. It has to be on foot. The retreating Biafrans have dug huge holes and felled big trees across the road. And from now on, before those holes can be filled, there's got to be a lot of foot slogging.
Get off the road. Take cover.
Now the road to Umahia is hotting up. Ahead of us, about 400 yards up the ridge, a detachment of Biafran troops. The federal troops on this side, returning fire, and a rumble of thunder over the hilltop. And as the shots ring out on this sultry afternoon, this tropical heat, the commandos cry out, "Watch it, baby, the commandos are coming."
Here is where it gets serious that Ghanaians are not seeing. This Biafra war began because of the strong ethnic identity mixed with economical power and political ambitions. The Igbos are brilliant, that there is no doubt about it, I agree. But the history warns us, when a group becomes too inward, too isolate, and too wealthy, it raises tension. So as they have acquired that huge land and they want to build a community, remember, they will build a system, they will build a force, that a time will come. Like when you go to South Africa today, the land of South Africa belongs to South Africans, but there is a place in South Africa. If you are a black, you can't step your foot there. It's a crime.
This town has been called the most racist place on earth. This is a place where black people are not welcome, not to live and not to work. It's called Orania, and it still exists today in the middle of South Africa. Orania was founded in 1991 by white Afrikaners, right as apartheid was collapsing. Their goal was to protect their language, their culture, and their identity in a country that was changing fast. Today, the town has its own flag, its own currency, and even its own rules. Some call it a peaceful Afrikaner utopia. Others say its residents are super racist and proudly pro-apartheid.
We don't want that thing to repeat and happen in Ghana. So this is what Ghana should remember. Hear me. We are a peaceful nation, and we need to protect that peace. It's a must. Some Igbos have already started buying lands in strategic places, forming strong ethnic associations and creating close business networks. This is not illegal, but could be dangerous in a long term. Why? What happens when a group grows within a nation and not with the nation? We need to have a balanced view, and not all Igbos. We need to have a balanced view, and not all Igbos. They can come and do business, yes, but to come and dominate through ownership is a threat, because they have a track record of independence, spirit, and dominance. We are not saying all are bad, but a lion begot a lion, a sheep begot a sheep. It can change. Definitely there will be some through the blood. So in this view of balance, and not saying not all Igbos are the way, let's be clear enough. Not all Igbos, I say and I repeat again, are political. Many are hardworking, peaceful, and are just trying to live. But history does not need a crown. It does not need a crown. Just a few radicals to start a chaos. We must learn to respect guests, but the guest must also respect the house. His Excellency, please rise. Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, I mean, it should be leased to them. How can they buy? Well, for me, in conclusion, the Biafra War taught us what happened. It taught us what happened when power, pride, and pain collides. What happens? Ghana must stay wise, alert, and united. History doesn't repeat. People repeat it. It doesn't repeat itself. It's people that repeat it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share. We need your comment under the comment section about this matter. Remember, this video is not to incite hate or tribalism. It's for educational purposes. History, we will not allow it to repeat.